Hello everyone and welcome to episode 15 of WCW Returns. Here I am, the Basement Booker. We are on the Go Home show here for WCW, going to Halloween Havoc. I'm extremely excited for this show. I had a lot of fun coming up with this one. Hopefully it doesn't come off as generic booking. I don't think it is. I think it's a little bit unique in essence for a go-home show. I really try to stick true to how I want Mick Foley's character to be on this. So, and we also have the quarterfinals of the women's tournament. So you will see that, as well as you will see who Jushin Liger will be facing at the pay-per-view Halloween Havoc. And many other twists and turns going into the pay-per-view coming up. So without further ado, let's get to the show. So the show opens up with Bobby Roode coming down to the ring, saying last week, first of all, Rhino took a cheap shot on me by hitting me with a gore and holding my WCW championship in the air. As much as I don't like Rhino, he's not the one to blame for this. Mick Foley, you are. Mick Foley, Rhino should not be the one challenging me, and better yet, I shouldn't have to defend my championship at Halloween Havoc, as I am a prize fighter. I should not be fighting on just random pay-per-views against whoever you self-choose. Bobby Roode gets interrupted by MVP, saying, "Roode, you don't understand, man. Mick Foley's been doing this to me since day one here in WCW. He just keeps pushing and pushing and pushing me down. He kept me out of the WCW title tournament, kept me out of the New England title picture until the United States Championship kind of picture area, took me out of that. So I feel your frustrations, man, and honestly, like, I'm right there with you." They get interrupted by the Young Bucks, saying that they feel they have been mistreated because they get stuck having to defend their tag team championships against Motor City Machine Guns at Halloween Havoc. And all four of these men are very disgruntled with Mick Foley, so Mick Foley comes out and says, "Look, maybe I've gone off the rails a little bit here with you four. You four are all very talented, but let's not get this twisted. I like having fun, and maybe you guys just don't. I'm not sure. But this is what's going to happen tonight. So let me just book some matches for you guys for the night. Starting here. In the main event tonight, there'll be a tag team match. Bobby Roode and MVP. You'll go against the Young Bucks opponents for Halloween Havoc, the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. Matt Jackson, you will go one-on-one with Rhino. And if you guys haven't figured out by now, Chris Hero will go one-on-one with you, Nick Jackson. So we got 3 big matches tonight from Mick Foley, with all different matches we've never seen before here in WCW. I'm very excited to see all this unfold here tonight. Alright, in the first round matchup of the WCW Women's Division, and about the subpar wrestling in Little Heat, Ashley Lane defeats Leva Bates in 7:28 with a Yakuza kick. Intriguing. Old school, okay. Great chemistry, good. 50-37. I will take that from both, and she's improving in Rumble skills, so that's a solid performance. I am very happy with that. So Ashley Lane advances to the pay-per-view, the first slot of the Fatal 4-Way. And about the decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, Chris Hero defeats Nick Jackson 9-4 with the Hero's Welcome. Nick Jackson at 56, Chris Hero 57, and no skill improvements. Chris Hero gets the W over Nick Jackson. Rating of 57, that's kind of low. I expected a little more. Aaron Stevens cut the promo on Roderick Strong backstage, talking about, Sunday is going to be the end, as it is for Roderick Strong here in WCW. I don't care where he goes. If he wants to go back to the ballrooms and yada, 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 that's fine by me, but it won't be here in WCW. I don't care what I have to do to get him out of here. He's getting better at his gimmick. He's doing really well. In a decent match, Rob Echoes defeats Aaron Stevens with a Robbie Glory after the distraction from Roderick Strong. 55 for Stevens, 51 for Echoes. No improvements. After the match, Roderick Strong comes to the ring and says, Stevens, I heard your little promo earlier and said that you would do anything to try to get me out of WCW. Well, here's my proposal for you. You know, we talked about the wagers of what this match was going to be, and I just want to clarify what's going to happen here. If you beat me, Aaron Stevens, I will leave WCW willingly. But if I beat you, I am shaving your head at Halloween Havoc. And Aaron Stevens regrettably accepts the challenge. We have a 68. This is good, good, good. Both these guys are doing great jobs right now. And about that Sub-Pro Wrestling, a little heat. Gail Kim defeats Cherry Bomb at 7:45 with a happy ending. Good, good. 38 for Cherry Bomb, 52 for Gail Kim. So far, the women's wrestling has been pretty solid. MVP is shown backstage on the phone again saying, I will need you on Sunday to be here. I don't want to take any chances of Mick Foley or Hero pulling a fast one on me. Please let me know. As Bobby Roode walks into the picture, Roode goes, who's that? And he goes, just a large friend of mine, don't worry about it. And then make sure they're both on the same page for tonight's big main event tag team match. Titles are on the line because there are no titles. Ooh, in a terrible match, Ivelisse Velez defeats Tanya Madsen 6-4 by pinfall. Ivelisse is not very good in this situation. 21-38, yikes. Alright, that's a learning curve, but you know, I'll take... So far, 2 of the 3 matches so far have been very good, so I will take that for where it stands right now with women's wrestling. In the ring, Cody Rhodes calls out Marty Scurll and challenges him to a match as Scurll accepts the challenge where they will face off at Halloween Havoc. Bram cuts a creepy promo on the screen for Rob Van Dam, saying that the Extreme Hardcore match will be the doomsday for Rob Van Dam and the end of him here in WCW. And about the good wrestling, a decent reaction from the crowd, Rhino defeats Matt Jackson 9:39 with a gore. Matt Jackson at 63, Rhino at 68. No improvements. Mick Foley announces Jushin Liger's opponent for Halloween Havoc, as it will be Johnny Gargano. So that's a big match. Johnny Gargano versus Jushin Liger added to the card. In a terrible match, Natty Neidhart defeats Veda Scott in 5:36 by submission with a sharpshooter. 42 for Natty, 24 for Veda. Alright, that's not bad. Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin are backstage cutting a promo on Bobby Roode and MVP. Chris Sabin improvised well, that's good news. And let's get to the tag team main event here. In a decent match, Bobby Roode and MVP defeat Motor City Machine Guns at 9:36 when Bobby Roode defeats Alex Shelley with a spear. 56 for Sabin, 59 for Shelley, 64 for MVP, 71 for Roode. No improvements. Rating of 66, that's solid. After the match, all 8 members from the debacle of all tonight, we have Shelley, Sabin, Roode, Hero, Jackson, Matt Jackson, MVP, Nick Jackson, and Rhino. All 8 men are brawling with their respective rivals throughout the ringside area, leading to the back as security tries to come in and break everything up, but nothing seems to prevail as the show ends with all 8 men just brawling all over the place. Hoping that rating would be a little higher. That's very disappointing. But a 71, and the show increased our popular in 18 regions, so that's good. Another solid rating increase on popularity, I think. We got all 4 women's matches in. One was very disappointing, but 1 out of 4 disappointment, I'll take. Having said that, I'm very excited to see Halloween Havoc unfold. As we know, I don't know if I failed to mention in the contract signing last week or not, but I know I mentioned it before. The WCW Championship is in a cage match. Rhino and Bobby Roode. The United States Championship, Chris Hero versus MVP. Cody Rhodes versus Marty Scurll. Bram versus RVD in a hardcore match. Stevens versus Strong. Strong loses, he's out of WCW. If Stevens loses, he gets his head shaved. WCW Tag Team Championships, the Motor City Machine Guns versus the Young Bucks. And then just added to the card, we have Johnny Gargano versus Jushin Liger. in a fatal four-way for the WCW Women's Championship. Gail Kim versus Ashley Lane versus Ivelisse versus Natty Neidhart. So that's a big pay-per-view, I think, coming up here. Also, I would like to say, if you really enjoy the show, please like, please comment, please subscribe to the channel. It'd be greatly appreciated, and it keeps me to pump these videos out. But until then, I will see you guys on Sunday at Halloween Havoc, the third installment of WCW Returns' pay-per-views, and certainly the most loaded card we have had so far.